everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Phil back with the Professional Painter and Decorator, and I'm going to say I can do a quick video because this is just a little bit of I'll say the problems that a decorator has and how do we overcome them. Now I'm in a bit of a new build property and clearly contract matte emulsion has been used on the walls. Now the texture on the walls isn't brilliant. They've obviously used a longer pile roller to bang that paint on. I'm not going to say it hasn't been wash coated, but I just think it's probably been a cheap contract matte emulsion that's been the wash coat, the first coat, and even if it's seen a third coat, I doubt very much. But we're coming in to sort it all out. The woodwork's all been done, that's been sprayed with Bradite 1 can. And I'm actually on the last room now. The walls needed a bit of a sand over. Now, I'm going to say it, we're in 2025. If you can see on the camera, if you have not got a Mirka or an electrical vacuum stroke sanding device in 2025, can you even call yourself a painter and decorator? Because do you know what? The cost of that, which is mental, I will say is mad. A Mirka Leros is £1,000 and then you want the vacuum cleaner attachment to it, which might be another few £100. So your outlay is going to be about £1,200–1,300, but the time saving that this little device will give you will actually even itself out, because this room, and it's quite a big bedroom, I'm looking all the way around, I could go over the ceiling, the walls and the sloping sections of the walls that you can't see very easy because the camera is face tracking me, and if I move like that it goes there, and if I move like that it goes there. It's a fantastic little camera. But I've gone over all these walls, lightly sanding, and it's taken me about 15 minutes. Now if I was doing that by hand, one, I'd be covered in dust, and I would say I would be best part of the day going around this sanding. Now I know people are going to say, yeah, but it's a sanding disc and you don't get into the corners. There's the sanding disc, and what I've done, I've actually used an 80 disc, can you see, 80 grade disc that has been used before. So it's not quite as coarse as an 80, but it's probably not as worn down as a 120. So I've used that, but when you get to the corners, just have a little bit of sandpaper or a Gold Flex pad, that's another Mirka Gold Flex pad, and just go around your angles and just nib anything down. And that's the whole purpose of this sander. It is for nibbing down. It is going to take off paint if you want it to take off paint, but I'm not using it for that. I know some people will use it to try and level out their actual plaster work over what the job is. I'm not doing that. I just want to take off that nibs and bits of skin that, not my skin, the skin that's actually in the paint that's probably been put on and nobody's scraped it off. I just want to go round, nibbing down, get that surface as nice as I possibly can before I start painting it. And I will pick up the camera and I'll just go and show you. We'll spin round. I will show you where I've sanded. Now, some of the exposed bare plaster is because of the way the troweling is of the plastering, and the Mirka has actually taken it off. But generally, if I go round and show you the ceiling and that wall there, not much has come off as paint, but that texture that was there from a longer pile roller is now a lot smoother. And there's a slight little trace of dust on there, but not as much dust as if you would have sanded it by hand, because the Mirka is the vacuum cleaner as well, and it will suck the dust off the surface. So I would say if you are up against problems like this, you can actually sand by hand, but if you have one of these, it will save you a lot of time and obviously could make you money and pay for itself. So this is the quick video that I am actually showing what I've done using the Mirka to sand over this surface. It is a lot better than it was, and the question is going to be, what do you do now? Well, if you've got big areas like this, you could be spot priming, But what I'm going to be using is, and you've seen me use it before, I'm coming down, it's the Hanford and Green, and it is the acrylic matte in white. Now this is a paint, I've spoke about it times many, it's fantastic. It's a durable paint. The opacity is phenomenal. I'm going to say that, the opacity is phenomenal. So you need less coats. Exceptional recoat time, I've told you before, it's less than an hour. Virtually there's no smell and it's water based. Now what I've been doing to this paint is adding 250 mils to that 10 litre tub, which is 2.5% water. That has just made it nice for me to apply over this dry contract matte paint that's been on before. And these areas that are bare plaster showing through, because this is a paint that can be used for wash coating, it has gone over those areas, well, fantastically. And then when I come with a second coat of this, which is still thinned with that 250 ml of clean, fresh, cold water, i.e. thin by 2.5%, once that second coat goes on, it bodies up over those areas that you would think would show through, particularly with the white, and it is actually giving you a full bodied opacity coverage over those bare areas. So that's why I'm using the Hanford and Green. It's a fantastic paint, it's a durable matte, you can actually wipe it down. The recoat time for me has been fantastic. The recoat time for me has been fantastic. I've managed to get a coat on all the walls in a room that I've been doing, go and have a break and come back and then start again. Sometimes I've nibbed down between coats if it's needed it, but do you know what? Because I've done the Mirka round, it has actually given me a decent surface to actually paint on. Now you're going to ask me, Phil, what brushes and rollers are you using just to finish off? I've got the Monarch and it's a slash cut, that's the 75mm, which is the 3-inch. That's very nice for cutting in and also just getting the paint on around the edges. And then roller wise, I'm on the Blue Vein from Arrowworthy, which is a very nice, it's a bit, I think it's just a little bit longer than a 10mm, but it does put enough paint on to allow you to roll it out that you feel like you're not trying to make paint go further than it needs to do. So that's a really nice roller sleeve. Using it with this Hanford and Green paint, and I've got exceptional results. So yes, a very quick video for you today, but I'm just explaining what this job is, sanding down, and the question is, have you got a Mirka or a mechanical sander that you can actually say is saving you time and money? So see you on the next one. There'll be videos coming up at the side. Those that are supporting me, thank you very much with the super thanks, and also buy me a coffee. And again, I will say, if you have a look in the description below, there will be a link to my Amazon store, that there are products if you are a DIY or a professional that want to see what's actually on Amazon for purchasing. Videos at the side. Please support the channel by clicking that link and having a look what is for sale. See you on the next one. Thank you very much.